Hi, I'm Lysandra, the troublemaker of this area. Want to see some magic? Watch me cross the street like a normal person. Then a car suddenly brakes hard and I feel my limbs tremble, my heart pounding. People swarm around me. The driver jumps out asking,
"Are you all right?"
He looks worried, but above his head, I see a storm of furious and disgusting chaos. My head starts buzzing. The world seems to tilt and I collapse. Like, sign up now if I wake up. I woke up in a hospital room and the two people in front of me kept interrupting each other like a podcast.
Did you hit your head? Are you dizzy? Are you really okay?
No. Tell me, did you see an angel or an alien? What is the universe like out there? Are there superheroes out there?
Both looked extremely worried, and strangely enough, it made me smile. Rowan's mother left when he was 14 and left the property in his name. So yes, family matters are quite complicated. Also, it seems I can now read other people's true feelings in 5 seconds. How lucky! Next day at lunch, Rowan and I were posted up in the cafeteria, and Mira, my bestie, sat across from us.
Okay, psychic girl, prove it.
She was practically vibrating with excitement over her head.
My phone! Oh my god, where did it disappear to?
The room went quiet. Everyone stopped chewing and started looking around. I scanned faces until one guy had an "I got away with it" grin. I stared. He started sweating. I walked up to him, stood in front of him, and nodded toward his trouser pocket. "Give it here. It's you. I know you took it, and now you're trembling with fear." He hesitated, so I yanked the phone out before he could play dumb. The owner snatched it back like it was a newborn. The thief bolted, mortified. Mira sprinted over and grabbed my shoulders, whisper screaming.
Impossible. Try again. It's amazing. It's like invisible magic.
Amazing! A spy in just 5 seconds. Show me how. I want it too.
By the 5th class, everyone was calling me detective. At home, Rowan got way too into my 5-second feelings thing. He started betting candy like it was Wall Street.
Guess my real emotion. You win a gummy. Wrong? I get 2.
Somehow, he kept losing and doubling down anyway.
Now read my emotion, mind reader.
Worried and anxious, right?
Lysandra can read minds.
Okay, kid. All right, try it.
He smiled, but his real emotions hit me. Greed, fear, anger, something dark. My vision swam. My ability glitched out for a second, and I just stood there thinking, what is my dad actually hiding? A few days after the phone was stolen, the student who stole it wanted revenge. He took advantage of the moment when only Rowan and I were in the library, slamming the door shut and trapping us inside. I sprinted over and yanked the handle, locked. Rowan froze. A whirlwind of emotions surged through him. Panic to terror to rage. Full childhood flashback. Being shut in a room. His mom leaving for good. Rowan, look at me.
Let me go.
I chased Rowan out into the hallway. The students pretended to be worried, but they were actually giggling. And I had a feeling that something bad was about to happen. That evening, Dad was in his room, scrolling through school emails as if they were insulting him. I walked in with a cup of tea and inadvertently saw the highlighted text on his screen. Rowan is showing signs of panic. He's losing control of his behavior.
Maybe Rowan should see a specialist.
But on his face, a look of self-satisfaction, as if he'd just received good news. My stomach tightened. Why was Dad so happy? Later, I went outside to throw out the trash and caught my dad giving money to the student I had accused of stealing. I hid behind the fence like a low-level spy.
Good. Take good care of Rowan.
I blinked in the darkness. What does it mean to take good care of Rowan? Late that night, Victor called me to his office as if it were a court hearing. He pointed to the words in bold in the report: panic, out of control, risk of harm.
If we don't record this now, he won't get treatment, and things will only get worse.
His face looked anxious, typical of a father, but above him, that same triumphant, self-satisfied look. Just this once, Rowan is perfectly normal. Mira appeared with my notebook and stopped at the slightly ajar door, just in time to see me sign the box. Rowan, unstable. Her eyes widened. She recoiled in silence, as if I had just betrayed her own brother. The next morning at school, Rowan reverted to his usual goofy self, pleading.
Lysandra read the emotions of anyone who walks by. Hurry, scan quickly.
Chuckled, feeling incredibly guilty. Then, Mira rushed over to me and pulled Rowan aside as if I were radioactive. She blurted out what she'd overheard the night before.
You and Victor are trying to make up the story that Rowan is unstable, aren't you?
Rowan's face turned pale. He clutched his head and slumped down. Mira and I helped him up, but he pushed me away.
Tell me it's not true.
All I could do was stare at the ground.
You're a yerk.
I leaned against the wall, tormented by guilt, thinking I have to stop Victor before Rowan really breaks down. That night, I sneaked into Victor's office to steal the signed Rowan assessment form. Just as I was grabbing the stack of documents, the door clicked open. Victor! I panicked and ducked under the desk.
If the heir is underage and unstable, the guardian can hold the property.
Ice hit my veins. Above Victor's head, dark, satisfied. I shifted. Thud! He looked down and yanked me out by the wrist. Ah!
What are you doing here?
Why did you do this to Rowan? He didn't answer. He just snatched the file from my hand and dragged me outside. Victor dragged me down into a sealed concrete basement as if my house had a secret kidnapping system. What are you doing, Dad? Why are you locking me up? What are you afraid of?
I'm protecting the future. For you and Rowan. Don't be foolish enough to disobey your elders.
I tried to read his mind. 5 seconds, concentrating, but to no avail. My abilities were paralyzed. So this is protection? You're making Rowan look sick to steal his inheritance? And now you're locking me up? You paid that kid, didn't you? His eyes softened for a second. Then he locked the door. I pounded until my hands hurt, terrified for Rowan. At the same time, Rowan and Mira walked home, both still stewing. They wanted answers, why I'd snitched, why I'd signed anything. But when they stepped into the living room, the house was dead quiet. Mira leaned back against the wall with a tired sigh and click.
What the hell?
Something shifted. The bookshelf groaned, sliding open like this place was a thriller movie.
Did we just unlock a secret level?
They followed the narrow stairs down. The hallway smelled like dust and cold concrete. Then they heard it, rapid banging, and my voice. Let me out! Rowan ran to the sound. Mira opened the latch. The door flew open, and I stumbled out, wrists aching.
Why are you locked up here?
He locked me in. Dad, he made me sign papers saying you're unstable, so he can take everything your mom left you.
No, I'll ask him myself.
Victor suddenly appeared behind him, strangely calm.
She's right. I've taken all the property. Everything.
Rowan looked like he was about to collapse. I had anticipated that smug, greedy expression.
Is he happy?
Not smug, not triumphant, just strangely relieved.
We're the police. Victor, don't move. Those properties are tied to an old investigation. According to our files, Rowan's mother acquired them through fraud and money laundering.
Rowan's mother bought them illegally. She was arrested while hiding abroad. Now that the assets have been transferred to your name, Victor, you're legally responsible and will be taken in for questioning as the current owner.
Dad, you already knew all this? You let me hate you. I thought you were just trying to steal everything from Rowan.
I only needed one thing from all of this. For you and Rowan to be safe. Take care of Rowan, Lysandra.
They led him away, and I realized I'd hated him for the wrong reasons. A few days later, he walked out, cleared. Rowan grabbed him first.
You're really home?
Yeah, and we're done hiding things.
Tears blurred my vision, but for once, everything felt clear. We were finally a family again. One busy morning, I hurried across the school grounds, coffee and notebook in hand. A scooter whizzed by, my backpack strap tangled in a bench. Oh! I stumbled, papers fluttering and coffee spilling everywhere. 3 figures emerged. Charlie's lazy face, Liam's sly smile, and Max's sharp eyes.
What a sneaky entrance. She looks so innocent.
Perfect! I'll win her over. First 10 million people already say so.
Their laughter echoed. I just wanted to disappear, unaware that a dangerous little game had begun. Hi, I'm Nancy. My life was quiet until 3 infamous playboys decided to make me their newest game. What happened next? Pure chaos. But before I spill the details, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe. After class, I ran back to the gym to grab my forgotten water bottle, only to almost faceplant into Charlie mid-basketball shot. He snagged the ball one-handed, leaned in with that cocky grin, and whispered,
Careful, sweetheart. Keep running into me, and I'll start thinking you're my roommate.
"You wish." Cheeks burning, I stormed off before he could wink again. That afternoon, I thought I'd finally found peace in the music room. Until Liam popped up strumming a guitar like a discount rock star.
Nancy, you'd be the perfect muse.
He said, snapping a selfie with me in the background. Delete it. He just smirked like he'd won the lottery. By the next afternoon, I dashed into the library, desperate for quiet. I slipped into a corner seat with a sigh. Finally safe. Or so I thought. Max was sprawled at the next table, a book half covering his face. He tugged it down just enough to show one smug eye.
You're loud for a library.
I dropped my head to the desk. Great. Not even the library was safe. When the final bell rang, I marched to the gate, only to find the trio of chaos waiting. Charlie revved his car right by the curb, leaning out the window with a grin.
Need a ride, sweetheart?
Liam blocked the gate with a bouquet so big it nearly hit his face.
For you, Nancy. Don't worry. I can carry the weight of your heart, too.
A few steps away, Max lounged against his motorcycle, smirking as he crooked a finger at me.
Come here. Don't make me wait.
Maya, my best friend, nearly spat out her juice.
Girl, are you in a K-drama? Cause this is content.
More like a nightmare.
Fine, but if you don't want them, toss me one. I'm not picky.
I was still salty from their circus. Why did they keep respawning everywhere like glitchy NPCs? That afternoon, I cut across the darkened auditorium to avoid everyone, only to catch voices through a cracked door.
2 days and she'll be crawling after me. Please, give me the spotlight and she's gone.
She's faking it. Watch, she'll cave.
My stomach dropped. A bit. They weren't flirting. They were treating me like free content. Fine. If they wanted a game, I'd make sure they rage quit.
The next evening at the school music showcase, I told myself to breathe, play my piece, leave quietly. Easy, my song ended. Applause polite. Then, absolute chaos. Charlie sprinted on stage first, dropping to one knee with a dramatic bouquet of roses. Before I could blink, Liam draped an arm around me, phone flashing as he snapped a shameless selfie. Max appeared last, quiet but calculated, holding out a single lily like he owned the moment. The crowd went feral. Cheers, laughter, TikToks in the making. My face? Nuclear red.
This is a music showcase, not the Bachelorette discount edition.
For a heartbeat, I wanted to hug her. But then the boys grinned wider, absolutely thriving on the chaos. Still buzzing from last night's chaos show, I swore I'd ghost all three. The next day, I was relaxing in the schoolyard with Maya, pretending to study, when Liam suddenly strutted up like a walking red flag.
Shopping trip. My treat.
Fine, let's see how deep Daddy's credit card goes. At the boutique, I yanked the priciest dress off the rack. He didn't even blink, just handed over his card and winked.
Anything for my princess.
I doubled down. Designer shoes, a scarf that looked like it belonged on a runway llama. Still, Liam just laughed.
Keep going. You're cute when you think you're bankrupting me.
I should have felt like I won. But walking out with his bags, unease crept in. Was he serious? Or was I the punchline? The next afternoon, I tried hiding in the library, desperate for a breather. Quiet shelves, old paper smell. Finally, peace. Or so I thought. Charlie slid into the seat across from me, smirk locked and loaded.
So, princess, Liam flexes money, Max broods, but me? I'm the poet.
Prove it. Embarrass yourself. His grin widened. He yanked a fat dictionary, hugged it to his chest like a mic, and whisper shouted,
Nancy, my eternal vocabulary.
The quiet shattered. Gasps, giggles, even a slow clap from the back. From the corner, Maya almost face-planted into her chips, phone half raised.
Girl, he's unhinged.
Heat shot up my neck. This was supposed to humiliate him. Instead, people pitied his effort.
Girl, you're losing this battle.
I slammed my notebook shut, cheeks burning. No way was I letting all three of them win. If Charlie got sympathy points, fine, then Max was next on my list. The very next day, the campus buzzed with food stalls and music for the annual food festival. Everyone had their phones out, turning the courtyard into a circus of live streams and cheers. I spotted Max lounging near the chili booth, smug as ever. Perfect! Mr. Untouchable, dare to try the Dragon's Breath challenge? He smirked, grabbed a wing dripping in nuclear red sauce, and bit down like it was nothing. For 2 glorious seconds, he looked cool. Then his face went crimson. Sweat poured, he coughed, gasped, and fanned his mouth like he'd just licked lava.
Water now!
He croaked, only to grab a soda and discover it was sparkling. The crowd howled, phones flashing. Guess fire-breathing dragon's not your aesthetic, huh?
You're evil.
That night, Liam slid into my DMs with a dinner invite. Family, food, all smiles. Cute. I smirked. If Max couldn't handle hot sauce, maybe I could make Liam choke on embarrassment. The next evening, I arrived at Liam's house, exactly at dinner time, on purpose. The plan was simple. Cause a little chaos, make him regret inviting me, and ruin his perfect family image. Liam opened the door with a bright, eager grin, almost as if he'd already claimed victory.
Nancy, you came. My family's waiting.
The moment his mom welcomed me in, I set my scheme in motion. First, I accidentally tipped a glass of juice onto the counter, watching it spill sticky trails toward the floor. While reaching for a napkin, I deliberately nudged a stack of plates, sending them clattering into pieces. The noise startled everyone, and I hid a sly smile. Soon, the kitchen was a disaster. Pasta sauce boiled over, garlic bread burned in the oven. Liam's sisters squealed while chasing each other, bumping into chairs. I stood still, ready for angry stares and scolding.
Le Dome, 8 o'clock.
Guess dinner's got extra spice tonight.
While his mom calmly handed me an apron, her eyes kind.
You make dinner unforgettable, princess.
I froze. This wasn't how my plan was supposed to end. And for the first time, I felt my defenses slipping. The warmth of Liam's family dinner still clung to me, though I tried to shake it off. No way was I falling for his perfect son act. So when Charlie showed up the next evening with a smug grin and a corsage, I thought, why not? Let him play prom prince. The gym glittered like a low-budget fairy tale. Charlie strutted beside me like he'd just won the NBA Finals.
Told you, baby girl, we're the perfect match.
Perfectly delusional. Then I spotted Liam. Silver gown girl clung to him, laughing at every word. His hand lingered on her waist. A hot pang shot through me. Ugh, jealousy was so not on my to-do list. I escaped to the pool deck, where lanterns bobbed on the water. Max appeared, unusually soft.
Nancy, I was an idiot. Give me a shot?
Before I could answer, Liam stormed out like a drama lead, Charlie on his heels. Within seconds, they were yelling over each other like a bad group chat come to life.
She deserves the truth. This started as a bet.
I know. I've known the whole time.
I'm sorry, Nancy.
And then, he walked away, leaving me aching under the glowing lanterns. The next morning, I was still replaying prom in my head when I opened my locker. Maya leaned against hers, sipping bubble tea.
Girl, you look like an extra from The Walking Dead.
I rolled my eyes, then froze. A small silver package sat neatly on my books. Maya's straw stopped mid-sip.
Did Amazon start delivering directly into lockers?
I tore it open and nearly dropped it. Inside glittered a diamond bracelet that screamed expensive. My pulse spiked. Why did Liam's stupid face pop into my brain?
So, secret admirer or secret stalker? Because one's cute, and the other's a Netflix documentary.
Probably just a prank. I shoved it into my bag, forcing a laugh. But my chest was anything but calm. Days passed. Liam ghosted, his seat stayed empty, and whispers followed me like bad Wi-Fi. Then, bam! He finally returned, hand in hand with Miss Silver Gown. Jealousy burned hot. I cornered him after class. That bracelet was it you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And just like that, he walked away, leaving me clutching my bag tighter than ever. That night, anger and confusion twisted inside me until I couldn't bear it anymore. Clutching the bracelet, I marched to Liam's house and knocked hard. The door opened to his mother, her eyes weary.
Nancy, you should know. He's been a wreck these past days. Barely eats, barely sleeps.
The words wavered in my chest. I pressed the bracelet into her hand. Give this back to him. I don't want it. I hadn't gone far when footsteps pounded behind me.
Nancy!
Liam nearly tripped over his own sneakers as he caught up. Hair a mess, breath uneven.
I lied. The bracelet, it was from me. And yeah, the bet was real. Dumbest thing I've ever done. But I regret it every second. I tried to play it cool, but I can't because it's always been you.
I wanted to hate him, to keep walking. But the desperation in his eyes, the way his words tumbled out raw and unpolished, it cracked something in me. You're such an idiot! But you're my idiot! I forgive you. Relief broke across his face as he pulled me close. And beneath the streetlights, our lips finally met.
I was halfway through the 10th piece when the auditorium speakers suddenly screeched. My fingers froze on the keys. I wasn't touching anything. A strange, soft, but wrong melody played, like it remembered me when I didn't. The giant LED behind me flickered, showing two girls standing side by side. Before I could breathe, the screen went dark again. A chill ran down my spine. Something familiar, something missing.
Talia?
Edward called from the doorway, but I couldn't move. I was frozen. Hey, I'm Talia Rivers, the amnesia pianist everyone loves for the drama.
Talia, smile for your followers.
Edward says, shoving his phone at me while I'm drowning in sheet music. Hi, subscribe. Tuition is killing me. Edward glances at the papers slipping from my hands.
More rejections?
Yeah, people will worry when I tell them I lost all my memories before the age of 9 in a car accident.
You're still going to make it.
I have to. So my haunted concert hall moment lasted about 5 minutes before Monroe blasted it online. Now half the campus thinks I'm possessed, perfect for audition day. Then she showed up, Elodie, new transfer. She sat down at the piano and played with perfect control, and the whole room instantly became comfortable. The double takes were instant, same face, same vibe. Even I felt weird. Edward watched from the back, frozen like he couldn't tell which one of us was the original. Grayson stood there, his gaze frozen, squinting for a second before hiding it.
Competent.
My turn. I steadied myself, pushed past the whispers, and played clean. When the final chord landed, I knew I'd nailed it.
Miss Rivers, well done.
I could feel him trying hard to act like this wasn't weird. After a day of dramatic testing, I pushed open the doors of the concert hall that afternoon. Just 30 minutes of peace. But no, the strange melody from the loudspeaker malfunction rang out again, but this time live. I followed the tune and saw Elodie playing the same song that had scared me earlier. My chest tightened. How does she know this? She glanced over, smiling as if she had been waiting to catch me. Monroe filmed through the half-open door, 2 identical faces in one shot. Great, more gossip. Still, I didn't budge. I wanted answers. Leaving the hall, my mind kept replaying it. The melody, Elodie, her stare. So instead of breathing like a normal human, I snuck into Alara's office. Just a quick peek. A keyed drawer hid a file from St. Mary's Hospital. My accident. My stomach dropped. That's when the door swung open. Talia! Alara's voice sounded off, and she hurried over and snatched the file from my hand.
That's not something you should be reading.
Yeah, totally not suspicious. I backed off and hurried out before she said more. A few minutes later, I burst into the gym. Edward, I need your help. There's something in my past that's really wrong. Edward came with me to St. Mary so I wouldn't spiral on the bus. At the reception, a woman in her 40s looked up, then stared like she'd seen a ghost.
Talia Rivers? I remember you. You were one of the twin girls brought in after the crash.
Twin? What? Eva led us to a quiet room and revealed an evidence bag holding a half-moon pendant.
This was found with you.
I held it, my hands trembling. When we stepped back into the hallway, we almost collided with Elodie. Her eyes dropped to the pendant, then to the matching half on her own necklace. We returned to school late in the afternoon, my head still reeling from Eva's words. Leaving Edward bewildered, I hurried off to find Elodie. I found her in the hallway. We need to talk. You keep the other half. The accident.
We're nothing. A lot of people wear moon necklaces. Don't make this weird.
But her eyes remained fixed on the pendant as if it were burning into her flesh. Elodie, tell me the truth. She stepped back, chin high, full Hawthorne attitude.
You're confused. Drop it!
I won't do that. She hurried away, totally not suspicious. I headed to the music room with the pendant, ready to drag Edward into detective mode. But the second I reached the doorway, I froze. Edward was at the piano with Elodie, and they were playing our piece, rewritten to suit her. My stomach dropped. A printed email lay on the table, Hawthorne's offering Edward a scholarship recommendation for helping Elodie. Next to it was a schedule making her lead pianist, signed by Edward. Elodie spotted me, a faint, smug smile flickering before her expression slipped.
Talia, wait, it's not...
I left before he could finish. He tried to follow, but a group of students cut him off. Of course, perfect timing. I was barely holding it together when I stormed into Alara's office. Tell me the truth about St. Mary, about who I am. Alara went pale, glanced at the cabinet I'd opened, and screamed.
Security to my office, immediately.
Minutes later, in the crowded hallway, she announced,
Talia Rivers is suspended for unauthorized access to confidential records.
Alara, she didn't...
Enough, Edward!
As the guard pulled me off, I spotted Elodie holding a Hawthorne-stamped file. Her eyes met mine. Guilt, fear, everything she couldn't say. She spotted the Hawthorne staff, went cold, and backed away. Loyalty, of course. That night, I sat on the dorm floor, rewatching the suspension disaster in my head like a cheap film. Alara's voice, the crowd, the guards, all echoed until I felt ready to collapse. Then I saw the pendant. Grayson, he'd know the truth. I rushed to open the door, but almost bumped into Edward.
Talia, please, let me explain. I'm not lying to you, I swear.
Edward, not now. His look hurt, but I held the pendant tighter and headed straight to Grayson's office. I climbed to the second floor of the music faculty wing, the pendant digging into my palm. Grayson's office was quiet. I walked in without knocking. When he saw the necklace, he froze.
Talia, you and Elodie are twins.
My chest tightened so hard I could barely breathe.
10 years ago, all three of you were in the accident. Your mother loved Silas Hawthorne. He secretly registered Elodie under the Hawthorne name. After the crash, the family arrived first. Elodie had papers, you didn't. And with your head trauma, you couldn't say who you were. They claimed only one child to avoid scandal.
My stomach twisted. Anger, grief, disbelief, everything hit at once.
Talia, please. I prepared a scholarship application for you. I panicked. I never meant to hurt you.
I stepped back unable to speak. Then Elodie appeared. Her eyes dropped to my pendant, then to hers.
Talia, I'm so sorry.
I stepped toward her. No hug, just a look. Raw, painful, but forgiving. Word spread quickly, and by the grand concert night, the hall was in chaos. The moment Elodie and I sat together at the piano, the room fell silent.
Tonight's performers, and the twins, Talia and Elodie Rivers.
Silas Hawthorne stood up from the front row, furious.
Elodie, you're coming with us, now.
No, Father, I'm staying with my sister, and you won't hide us anymore.
She was never meant to be part of this family.
Why? Because I didn't have papers after the accident? Or because you only needed one daughter to keep your reputation clean? The students and professors stared at Silas. Silas turned away, humiliated, and the Hawthorne entourage followed him out. Alara bowed her head, finally admitting her lie.
Ready?
As I'll ever be. We played Reunion, four hands weaving one melody back together. When the final chord faded, I walked to Edward. He looked terrified until I smiled.
There you are.
Honestly, ending the semester with a twin who wants me in her life and the truth I fought for. I think I won, with or without the Hawthornes.